Hey everyone, welcome back to Magic Farm 2, picking up right where we left off last episode. We just finished a little caving expedition. That was actually kind of fun and exciting for quite a while. And we're going to make our way back. We're going to get quite a few resources from that little run. Some things I didn't actually expect I was going to find either. Like Ender Pearl, which is really nice. Name tag, which could be fun. Some Fred heads. Pickaxe booster, +1 mining level. Use on the copper pick, though. Well, that's unfortunate, but it'll be alright. So everything's looking pretty good up here. I think I might start working on this, though. Had a few ideas, and I think now, yeah, we got a good amount of iron. So what I'm going to do, because I want this to process pretty quickly, because I want to use a lot of the iron right now. In fact, let's actually go ahead and put all that we can in there. Alright, so we're going to let that cook up. I'm going to hold on to what we have. We're going to put all this stuff away for now. Ender pearls, coal, some more iron. Actually, let's hold on to the iron, because I'm probably going to use that to repair my pick in just a moment. Name tag. Did I have a name tag in here? Yeah, we did. Alright, and I put zombie flesh in the food. Put Fred's head in there. Glass bottle, put in there, we'll recycle it. Silver nuggets. Concentrated essence berries. Now, I'm probably going to be using that here in just a few minutes. Let's see, it puts you away. Flint. Fire charges. Alright, that should be okay for the moment. Yeah, there we go. Everything's looking really good. Alright, so we got the iron cooking up. Now, one of the things I want to do to make this cook a little bit faster, or actually pour faster for me, is I want to make some fluid ducts from thermal expansion. Now, I'm just going to make these opaque ones, because that's probably all that I will be able to make for now. So I need lead and copper. Do we have that? I should have copper. Yep, got a couple different types of it. And we did mine some lead. So let's grab a few pieces of that. We'll place that in here alongside of our molten iron. So we got 183 ingots worth of molten iron, which should be enough for me to get started with what I want to do. Now, I'm actually kind of curious. Do we have a chest transporter? I don't know if that mod's in here, but it allows you to move the chest without having to break it. Alright, I'm not seeing that. There might be another way for me to actually break it and move it, but for now, we'll just leave it. We'll just leave it where it's at. Alright, so that should make us 4 ingots. So that's what we'll go ahead and use real quick. And that'll make us a couple fluid ducts. Alright, that'll be fine for now. So let's see, let's put you there in the center. Grab ourselves some copper. And there we go, fluid ducts, nice. Alright, that's what we're going to be using right over here. Why did you stop? Oh, okay, I know why you stopped. Probably because I flipped over to lead, and that's not going to work. Alright, so I'm probably going to be reconfiguring this up today here in just a moment. So let's go ahead and finish pouring you. I'm going to pick up that, and that's going to come out. So there we go. There's a fluid duct. Now we need our crescent hammer. So if we do that, open that up. Grab us a stick. Actually, we'll grab 2 sticks and make us a couple levers. We don't have to waste iron and stuff on pneumatic servos, because we also don't even have redstone for that yet. Now, what do we need for an item duct? Or item duct from thermal expansion? Lead and tin. Alright, well we got a few pieces of tin. And we have a piece of lead. So there we go. Couple item ducks. Nice. Alright, and then lastly, I want to grab a few pieces of oak. We're going to make ourselves another chest real quick. I think I already had some, but that's okay. And for now, just to get some of the iron produced a little bit faster for me, we're going to do this. And actually, I wanted you. That's going to output out into this chest. And I think if I manage... Actually, let's move this over one more to there. And if we place ourselves a piece of cobblestone right there, I know it looks ugly, but that's going to activate those two. And if you see, that filled up almost instantly. And then it's going to be exported. And then it'll be filled up instantly again. So it's basically just, cycling through iron, which is exactly what I want. I want it to produce the iron a lot faster for me, because I am actually going to be saving it in just a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make weighted pressure plates. I'm going to make a couple cauldrons. And I'm going to make up one of my favorite items from extra utilities. A couple drums. Actually, I'm missing a piece, I thought. Okay, there we go. That'll be fine. And then, I think, maybe, because I might wind up moving this later on. I don't know. But I think we'll probably have these set up right here. And I don't know if this... I don't think this should hurt anything. Let's hope not. What do we have a nugget in there for? Alright, I'm going to let you finish. Alright, come on. I don't know how much is actually in this fluid duct. Alright, I think that's it. Alright, so I think if I actually flip this around, because that's enough iron for what I want to do now. That's a lot of iron. Alright, let's actually pick this up and this up. Oops. There we go. And that should send everything back into the smeltery. So we have 48 ingots worth of iron. That's probably why we had the nugget in there. It was because of the fluid duct. Now we can pick you up. And we're going to come on this side. We're going to pick this up. We're going to get this out of the way. I'm going to grab you. Yeah, we'll grab this one. Grab this one. Grab this smeltery drain. We're going to flip these two out. Like that. I just had an idea for this, and I really want to try this. So this is going to come up, out to the barrels. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to pick this one up. So I'm going to have to do this separately. I think because I put this back here, we'll be able to hide this for a little while. We want this to output. Right click, and there we go. So we have all the iron pulling out into the drum here. And I think it's almost done. Yep, I think it's done. So we have 69 or 6,912 millibuckets worth of molten iron, and that's just going to stay in the drum. All right, now let's grab some other stuff we can start melting down real quick. Gold. Yeah, let's do some gold. Let's do gold. Later on, I do want to refine this idea. I have some other ideas as well. I think we're just about out of lava. So, we're not going to need this anymore. So, we're going to pick that up. In fact, I'm probably going to be picking this up as well, because I don't think I'm going to need that either. So, let's see. I want to grab a bucket. Just get a bucket in there for now. Alright, now this line should be empty until the gold melts down. And that's exporting into this. It's not going to go into here because this is molten iron. So all of that molten gold is sitting in the fluid duct ready to be exported into something. So we're going to give it a drum. Alright, cool. So now we have iron, gold, ready at our disposal, and our smeltery is not going to be all, mixed up. Now, I think later on we should be able to actually export this back in. If we, say for instance, wanted to make like a alloy or something, like aluminum brass or something, we should be able to export that back into the drums. So that's kind of my idea. I'm not too sure how to do that just yet, or how I'm going to do that. I just want to get this set up because I think it's kind of cool. That, and I'll be using different fluid ducts later on as well. Alright, let's go ahead and convert all this into iron. Let's make up like 2 more barrels, or drums. So there's our cauldrons. There we go. 2 more drums. I love these things. They're so cool. Alright, let's get ourselves some tin. Let's do about 12 pieces of tin. We'll get that melted down real quick. And that just kind of helps us, wait, what? See, it's popping up on the side over there. I don't know, see, it's not doing it for the iron. You just got me worried there a little bit. If I connect you up, you're not going to be gold, are you? Okay, good. Alright, so we're going to let that tin melt down, and that should send... Oh, you scared me, spider. Yo, you scared me. I see you back there. You can't hide from me. Alright, so there we go. We got molten tin right there. Nice. Now, the cool thing about this is that we'll be able to place fluid ducts underneath and practically have this just send out to, a casting table or a basin, whatever we want. So, say for instance, we put these underneath. We could have that all send to 1 if we wanted to. Have them all set to output. And have them activate via levers if we wanted to. So, not sure on the design on how I want to do it just yet, but this is basically kind of what I'm going for. Let's see, we might try it out real quick. Let's see what we can do. What kind of trouble we can get into. We'll make up a few levers. I don't think we can attach these to anything. No. Alright, we'll just put them in the front like that. Set those to output. Now, I don't really like that, because any excess, I guess what we could do is have the excess send over into a table with a ingot cast. And the problem is that's going to stay on because of this. Maybe if we just go up instead. Disconnect you. And just have you go over like that. That could work. Now this is just like I said, it's just a rudimentary setup. I'm just trying out the idea. This is something I've been wanting to really work with for a while, because I think this is going to be really, really cool to have like just an entire wall of barrels and all of my molten liquids set up, and just being able to pour whatever I want at any time. It keeps my smeltery nice and clean and open. That way I can use it for whatever I need it for. Let's see. So let's say iron. Let's do some iron, because we got a lot of iron. So if I flip this switch, it should send over here. Let's put you there. Let's check. That should activate you. Good. So any excess that'll be in the basin will send out to the casting table, which we'll make ingots out of instead. So if I flip this on for just a second. Right. So say for instance I wanted to make one of those, like one block of iron. We can do that. So it's enough in there to fill up for 2 blocks of iron plus some. Where's that? That's almost a full one. Alright. Then we'll say we turn this on. That pulls out into this fluid duct into the casting table here to make us some iron ingots. Oh, this is cool. See, now this is what I wanted to do. And now obviously we can have these export out via item ducts into chests. Alright, spider. Don't make me come out there. I will. I have mad hops, my friend. Ah! Oh my gosh. How much knockback do I have on this again? Was it 2? That dude flew. Alright, now I'm just worried on whether or not I'm going to have any excess in here or not. Come on. Come on. Ah, see, we do. We have a little bit of excess left in there. So I guess what I could do, say for instance we have a little bit left over, we could just have it like sent back into the pipe. And that could just be our fix overall. So let's see. This comes up and over. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to pull that out, and that should make its way back in here. So we have 3112 in the iron. And I'm just going to pick you up real quick, because I want to try this real quick. Alright, yep, that's not going to work there. I need you right there for just a moment. Alright, so that sucked that out. And there we go, so we're at 3168, so that actually works. Alright, it's kind of a crude little setup. I know it doesn't look great right here, but this is just kind of the idea. And I wanted to try it out with you guys today so you guys would be able to see it as well. There's a few other things I wanted to work on today. We have 36 levels, and I don't think we're ready to do any enchanting yet. So I think we have open blocks. We also have a drum here. Might be able to utilize that. But I think I might actually need... Let's see, can I do 2? Yeah, that'll work. I think I might actually need some obsidian for what I want to do, so let's see. If I type in @open blocks, we should pull up the open blocks mod, which this is what I want, an XP drain into their tank. So that'll drain my experience from my player and put it into this tank. So we need glass panes and obsidian, which means we're going to need some lava, which we have a little bit, but not a whole lot. And I think igneous, spell it correctly. Alright, so yeah, we won't be able to do that, so, man. Obtaining a block of obsidian might be a little bit more difficult than I want it to be. Alright, so that's going to require a diamond pickaxe, which I don't have access to diamonds, so that won't work. A vat, okay. That's from mariculture. So if I do lava, water, lava and water, we can get ourselves some obsidian that way. Liquid casting basin. Molten obsidian bucket. Fluid transposer, okay. Yeah, I don't think I can make that either, though. Which is a little unfortunate. It's probably going to require redstone. So yeah, I think our best bet here is going to be this vat. What do we need for the vat? I believe that's from mariculture, so what do you need? Just copper all the way around? Yep, that's what it looks like. Alright, let's give it a shot. Make ourselves a vat. Nice, that was easy. Alright, let's place this guy right here. Alright, so if I place in a bucket of lava, bucket of water. It's doing stuff. Nice. We made obsidian. Perfect. That's exactly what I want to see. Haha. Nice. Awesome. So we just want 4 pieces of obsidian. Now, obviously, we have access to more lava, so we'll be able to get, you know, a ton of pieces of obsidian. We're just, it's a little slow, but at least we're able to get obsidian this way. All right, we just need 1 more. There we go. And now we just need some glass panes. I think we're going to need 5 of those for obsidian. And that'll give us 2 tanks from open blocks. So let's go ahead and head back to open blocks. All right, XP drain. So we just need iron bars for that. Pretty easy. Don't think I have any. But there we go, XP drain. Nice. All right, I am going to go ahead and just set this guy up right next to our smeltery. Just because. And I'll go ahead and leave them in the tanks for now. So XP drain right there. So we have 36 levels. If I stand on this, it's going to start filling that guy up. Awesome. Now, I don't have enough space in there. From what I'm seeing, I don't have enough space. This thing's going to fill up. Oh, wait. No, actually, we just had enough space. What do you know? Cool. And then we have these concentrated essence berries here, which we can eat these. And that'll give us some experience as well. Awesome. So I have stored experience. Now I don't have to worry too much about dying and losing all my experience. I have it stored away. Alright, let's see. Maybe we might see about trying to actually store this in a drum. So, with that being said, let me turn that off for the moment. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and make 1 more drum. 2 more pressure plates. We're going to need 1 more cauldron. And I have no idea how you just did that. Alright, there we go. 1 more drum. Let's grab ourselves some lead. And let's see what we can do. Alright, so we'll put some lead in there. We'll let that start doing its thing. For now, let's go ahead and grab a drum. Place you there. Disconnect that. Alright, so that'll go in through the top. Like I said, I'm going to reset this up, change this around, because obviously we don't have enough room right here for everything I want to do. We're going to definitely need some more drums and some more space to make this look nice. I might even wind up running this with the fluid duct somewhere else later on, maybe even underground to maybe a room down there, something like that. Alright, so here we go. We got some molten lead. Let's go ahead and export this out. That'll drain into our drum there. And if we hook you up, that's actually already going because of that lever right there, which is kind of the reason why I didn't want that on in the first place. But I think that's still going to retain itself as molten lead. Don't quite know. I don't think it's going to come out even. Yep, there we go. Alright, so we're going to try and send that back through, back into there. There we go. Nice, perfect. Alright, we'll turn that off. So now we got some more molten, or not molten, but we actually have some actual lead now. And I just need some more copper, because I'm running a little low on it. There we go. Copper and lead. We'll be able to make a few more fluid ducts. And I'll be able to transfer this liquid XP out into this. And I believe it only goes in through the top. So we're going to do that. We're going to export. And I need a lever. Alright, let's make a lever. There we go. And we'll just place place you right there. That'll drain out of there into our liquid XP drum. Perfect. Nice. Things are looking on the up and up. I like the way this is turning out. Alright, good. Now I just may want to consider working on some more food sources, because this is working, but it's not amazing. I wouldn't mind trying to see about getting a better food source up and running. Also, might go ahead and start laying out the perimeter for the house real quick. Got a few minutes. Let's see if we can't try to set something up real quick. So this will be the back right here. And let's see, maybe set it up along this line here. So if you can see that support down there, that's what I'm trying to line this up with. So I'm going to line it up right there. We'll set this too tall. That's on the second one. All right, so let's see where that leads off on this side. That would lead off to this line right here. Something like that. I like the size, but I don't know how well I'm going to be able to access this. Might actually incorporate this into this part of the house too. That might not be a bad idea. Make like a small door right here where this is a little bit more sealed off area back here, and we'll be able to access the smeltery from inside the house. Now obviously I'm not leaving this here. This is just so that way I would be able to pull out my experience. But alright, that's not too bad. Let's see, I'm going to probably have this pull up to right about here. We'll line that one up with the third one right there. And we'll do the same over here. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to move that farm over a little bit more too. But yeah, that looks pretty good so far. Alright, so we have, let's see, maybe like right here. See, yeah, maybe there and there. Oops, nope, not there. There. That might be our entrance into our house. So you can see I have this lined up with the first fence right there. Same with this one. So this is 5 blocks in the center. This is going to be the entrance into the house. Might have this pull out maybe 3 blocks like this. Both sides. We'll have that run over to here. So I'm trying to give this a little shape. Same to here. So we still have some area on the outside that we can walk around, add some more stuff to get around the yard at least. Alright, so this is going to be kind of like a foyer, or not foyer, but a porch, I'm sorry. This will be like a porch right here. We'll have the door set up probably right there. In fact, we could probably just quickly make one up just to show it off. Wait, I wonder if we could make a gratewood door. It's just a normal door, but whatever. Just because we had the wood on us, we'll do it real quick. Alright, and then this will be the entrance into the house. So that way you guys can kind of picture what I have in store. I think I might go ahead and just use cobblestone for now. And obviously I'll have this replaced with something else. And we'll see about maybe changing up the design a little bit. I might work on this design a little bit between this episode and next. So we'll see. I'm not sure yet. I think that'll about do it. I'll go ahead and lay down the rest of the cobblestone real quick. Not sure how I'm going to do it. here in the center if I want to add like more supports, maybe like right here. So that way it's just not a flat wall of cobblestone. It has like a little bit of life to it. Oops, shush you. And on the back, we'll have a back door, obviously, too, so we can go out to our dock. But just to give you guys kind of an idea of the size and the shape of the house, this is, I think, what I have in mind. I think this is going to be pretty good. So I think that's a good stopping point for the day. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series like I am. I'm having a blast. If you guys have any helpful tips, tricks, or comments, feel free to put them in the comments section down below. Might take me, a few episodes to mention them, but, I promise you guys I am reading them. If you guys would rate the video, I'd really appreciate it. And until next time, we'll see you guys then. Goodbye.